Hey guys, Kiki from Eat More to Weigh Less. I am obviously in the car again looking for you guys. I do a lot of waiting and sitting around in the car. So I decided to answer a quick question that we got via email. Actually, it was from the contact form on the website. The question was, okay, I am all for the eating more to weigh less thing. I love the concept. I obviously want to eat more. Who doesn't? But I need you to tell me one thing, and then I'll commit. How did I get fat in the first place if eating more is the answer? It's a good question, right? And honestly, I don't know. I don't know how you personally gain weight in the first place. It's different for everybody. Yes, a lot of us originally gained our weight from eating too much. I mean, the simple equation of we ate too much and we probably moved too little and we gained weight. And so it kind of makes you wonder, how then does eat more to weigh less fit in if I ate more and I got fat? Well, you have to figure in the whole equation. And like I say, this is obviously going to be a very general statement because we all get our weight for whatever reason. But we get older, and as we get older, we begin to move less. And as we move less, we're also becoming very busy. So a lot of times, even though we may have, some of us may have eaten more, like way too much, and moved way too little and gained weight. But a lot of us, it just happens just as we age, Our metabolism is already starting to slow down. We are moving less and we're living busier lives. So we're actually probably skipping more meals, And so a lot of times when you add it all up at the end of the day, we're not eating enough. So, and as that continues, the cycle of we're eating less and less, we're busy, we're, not necessarily moving that much. The product of eating less, like not eating enough, is that your BMR or RMR slows down. So your metabolic rate slows just from the eating too little alone. And then you are not moving enough. And it slows down even more because that is another contribution to the lower BMR. And then we're getting older, once we're hitting that like 25-year-old mark, some of us even earlier nowadays with the way that the diets of our current society, our metabolisms are slowing down a lot sooner because of the way that we eat and the lifestyles that we live. So you add all those factors together and then the weight just starts slowly creeping on. And then the things that we do to attack that weight only catapults the problem. So we gain a little weight and we eat a little less because obviously we feel like we've gained the weight because of eating too much, so we eat less. And then maybe we'll throw some exercise in the mix. And if we hit our weight goal, and that's fine, maybe we go back to our normal eating, we kind of gain the weight back, and then we keep going through the diet cycles. If we don't hit our goals, then we drop the calories further or we exercise even more. And then when you have that whole increased amount of activity and decreased amount of food, you are again contributing to the lowering of your basal metabolic rate, your BMR. So you are actually decreasing your metabolism by doing the very things that we think will help us to lose the weight. So regardless of how many of us may gain the weight in the first place, it's often the cycle of how we try to get the weight off that leads us in that never-ending yo-yo that is what most of us are dealing with when we come to the eat more to weigh less lifestyle. So even though we may have all gained the weight in different ways, or it could be a thyroid issue, It could have been you got injured in some way and so you couldn't move. You know, regardless of what the reason is, it is typically the process that we've gone through to get the weight back off that is just keeps spiraling us into this lower basal metabolic rate, which is your metabolism, which means that you're gaining weight. So, you know, it just keeps adding up. It gets worse. You try to diet it off, and yeah. So I know that didn't really answer your question because I don't know you, so I can't really tell you why you gained weight, but I can tell you what not to do to get it off, and that's not to start slashing calories and exercising like a maniac, because that is only going to make things worse, and then you will end up in the never-ending yo-yo cycle. So I really hope that you still decide to join the Eat More to Weigh Less family. I hope that regardless you decide to fuel your body, because it is what your body needs and your body will thank you for it. All right, guys?